Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Survivor Now podcast, and welcome to the start of Survivor Now summer break. Yes, this is something we're doing all off season long. We've got so much content planned for you guys. If you're joining us, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. And also, you can interact with us in our Ancient Voices live chat. So head on over there. Let us know how excited you guys are for this morning's season 50 official reveal. Yes, there's been tons of rumors, but this morning we are actually going to put all of those to bed, and we are going to get the official cast. We've got 75 people in here already. So good morning to all of you guys. Bloody Money already says, hey, Randy, Ollie, and Bruce. Yes, you did the intro.
No, you're going to say it right. He said, Brucey, what's up?
Oh, he did say Brucey. All right, so it is me, Randy, joined by Ollie and Bruce this morning. I'll go to Bruce first. Bruce, how are you doing? How have you been since the we haven't spoke since the season 48 finale? So how have you been, brother?
I've been good. You know what? I'll just a real quick mental recap in regards to 48. I'm so happy that Kyle won. That dude, I've met him. I've had great conversations with him. Just straight from the heart. That guy will give you the shirt up of his back. Maybe a couple $1 million, not a couple dollars because he's got all that in his pocket. But yeah, it's everything's been great. You know, family's good. Just looking forward to talking about this whole 50s thing. So let's see what's up.
It is going to be fun to talk about this 50s thing. I mean, Ollie, go ahead.
Sorry, I do have a question for Bruce.
Oh,
how are you feeling after the draft?
see, that's why when I see you, you know, after the draft, I felt great. But after this, would I go down in the last 3 weeks? I had the lead in the last 3 weeks. I just got my head kicked in, and here we are. You know, no pun intended. Hey, not a choke job. Wasn't me.
Hey, let's look at some of these comments because we've got so many people in this chat right now. Anthony says, "Good morning, everyone." Jack adds in, "Let's go. Early birds get the worms." I met Brian in New York. Brian, I didn't realize who you were at first, and then it hit me later on. But I was so happy to meet you in New York for the finale. Nafsi says Andy should have been selected. His move, Operation Italy, is iconic. Yes, let us know throughout this entire podcast who you think got robbed, who should have been on the season. Sludge Sports adds in, hello, everybody. Bloody Money, if Eva is cut, she is going to – oh, I can't say that. I would have loved to have Eva. Ollie, how are you feeling this morning as we get ready for the official reaction to the Survivor 50 cast?
I mean, I'm ready. I've seen the supposed cast. I have my opinions. As you said, there was definitely a lot of people that have been snubbed. I definitely think there are a lot of people that deserved the chance to be on the season. And I'm sure we will talk to it. And I agree, Anthony, Jerry was robbed.
Already, Jerry being cut is insane. Yes, there's been so many rumors. We're going to get to, as they release the cast here, we are going to talk about all of them in great detail. But this is something that began yesterday with CBS kind of dropping some hints. And I thought it was really interesting. The first logo they dropped was season 48, right? And the rumors, I don't want to get too much into the rumors because we got to talk about the cast later on in the show, and I don't want to pre-talk about them now. The rumors were we were getting 3 castaways from season 48, the season that just aired, which is crazy. And when they posted that little teaser on Instagram, everyone was like, ooh, I wonder who it is. Is it going to be Joe? Is it going to be Camilla? And I think I was right after I was sitting there thinking, I think they're just saying in general, there's people from this season, even though it said there's a person selected. And that added up throughout the night as I woke up this morning and I took a look at every single logo that they posted. It made sense. Every single season they posted adds up to what the rumors are. And they're not going to post season 48 3 times. Like they posted that once. That's what we're getting. Ollie, what did you take of those little teasers that we were getting yesterday? Did you look into them at all, or was it just like, oh, this is cute, but we know where it's going?
I mean, it was cute. It was a very cute idea, and I liked the hype that they were doing. So I will give kind of the promo team, that crew, I will give them props because they definitely got fans hyped. So well done. Because I think there was also, I can't remember if it was Mike Bloom or maybe it was Survivor Quotes. Someone had mentioned that the colors, the writing of the colors.
Yeah, I think it was Mike Bloom.
Yeah, it responded to like either a starting tribe or a merged tribe of someone that possibly was on. So that's like, I think that's where like you saw the real like hardcore fans going, right, let me look at this. Here are the options.
Yes.
So yeah, it was definitely cute. It was cute.
Bruce, what did you make of them? I was waiting to see, I think I was waiting to see the season you were on. So when I saw 45, I went, oh, Bruce is going back out there. It's confirmed. He's actually about to leave right now to go to Fiji.
No, I've said it before, not that I was in any consideration, but I said that 50 wouldn't have been one that I wanted to be a part of. Because of the hype that's going on around it. I would rather take 52, 51, 52, that's fine. But it's good to get, the idea that I'm not the only returning player because, the season that I was on the first kind of the 0.1 is what it is. But to know that and to see what they were doing, I thought it was awesome. I was, you could see just get an appetite in regards to, who potentially it could be. And I think that whoever thought of that did a great job because everybody's mindset's going nuts. Like you just say in the colors, like I wouldn't have thought about that. I just want to get an idea of who in that season that I would think, okay, they could come back and play and be effective and make me want to, root for them this season that's coming up with 50, which we're not going to see for like another, 10 months now, 9 months.
Yeah.
So,
I feel so bad for season 49. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, they just people are gonna be like, yo, what? Like, all right, background noise until 50 comes on. But then when 50 comes on, we'll see what happens.
I do have to take a shout out to everyone watching at home, everyone who's gotten up at 8 a.m. Eastern time, or if you're on the Pacific time, I mean, you're up at 5 a.m. Ollie out there in the UK. What is it for you right now?
1 p.m. I'm having a lovely time.
We have 635 people right now viewing this right now. If you are watching on X, I know a lot of our chat is in on X. Head on over to our YouTube, Survivor Now podcast. Go ahead, subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. We've got so much great content for you guys as we continue to build up to season 50. You can also join in our live chat. Ollie, I'm going to let you go through the chat. You've been starring some of these. You've been seeing.
I mean, I want to go to Bloody Money first because Malaysia is in the house.
Wow, that is awesome.
We've got some fans from Malaysia. Yes, I saw this from. I'm not even going to try and. I'm so sorry, I can't say the name. I don't think former winner should have been chosen for 50. So we'll see if any of those kind of come in. And then we've got Isabel in the chat. She's hoping for one of the Yanu 3. That's her favorite trio. I need to now scroll up because everyone has been chatting. There's been some alleged cuts that I won't put up there. Brian would like to say it was great to see you as well, Randy.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, it is all going off. So if you are in the live chat, please tell us who you want. And who you think is going to be on the cast. So we appreciate it.
Yes, definitely make your predictions. Are we buying into the rumors? And Ollie, Bruce, I want to talk to you guys about this here as we continue to wait. It's about 8:12 right now Eastern time. Jeff Probst is supposed to come on at 8:30. I have the TV on over there. I know Bruce has his TV on. Ollie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll keep you up to date.
You're trying to figure out.
But yeah. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the hype that's surrounding 50. Bruce, you said something very, very interesting where it's like, yes, this is a monumental season. This is a historic season, 25 years of Survivor. It's crazy that the show continues to captivate audiences up to date. The tough thing about being on this season is there has been so much hype, and there's already a lot of anger on social media, on the internet, from the Survivor community because of certain cuts, and we'll talk about those a little bit later on in the show, the rumored cuts, why they got cut. And then also the leaked cast, a lot of people not happy about it. Bruce, talk a little bit more about this pressure that these castaways, yes, you have played twice. I know the first time season 44 was cut ultimately short, unfortunately. But what could these players be going through right now? They found out they're on 50. They're on this historic season. There's got to be a lot of pressure. And I almost feel like they just have to turn their minds off and ignore all the hate about whether you deserve to be there, whether you don't, and just go out and like have fun, because we're supposed to get this year-long celebration, of Survivor. It's supposed to be fun at the end of the day.
So whoever the cast is, if I understand it correctly, they're flying out as of right now. They're in the air. So they're not hearing all the BS that's going on. They're going to hear it when they get home. But they're going to go out automatically. They're going to go out and play the game, whoever they are. And they're going to go in there. They're going to have a good time, whatever. But their good time compared to the comparison of the expectations that a lot of people are having is going to be completely different. You're going to want to see the people that are going out. You've seen some of their gameplay already. Remember, it's an edited show. Like, we don't get to see the entire thing. We don't get to see, those deep conversations. Like, you can't. There's no possible way, unless season 50 they start doing some other stuff and putting out more information throughout the course of the week, which they can do on YouTube or whatever have you. Like, I would love to see that. Just throw more information out about what's going on in camp life and how certain relationships do grow. But it's their expectations, our expectations are going to be so much higher in regards to the gameplay that we're going to see on television because it is being hyped, because it's so much, and then everybody's going to have an opinion about something. Like, I have a ton of opinions about things. Like, a great conversation with the past player last night in regards to this. And it's like, to steal what the person was saying, they're taking something and they're mix-matching it. They're making it like you need to have new and old. You need to have game-changing people and controversial people. Like, you're doing all that stuff as opposed to just putting together the best people that can go out there. And from what's been rumored, we'll see what's up. We'll see if these expectations hold up, at least for the near future, before we get to see the show, air 9 months, 8 months from now, 9 months from now.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about the cast overall and who actually has gone out there. I know that's what everyone is waiting about. And if you guys hang out with us after they announce the cast, Bruce, Ollie, and I we're not going to go in great detail, but we are going to talk a little bit about each castaway returning. If we're excited, if we're a little sad, we'll talk about the cuts as well. Ollie, to add on the Bruce's point, the pressure that these castaways have to be feeling going out there, they kind of just have to shut off their minds. Luckily for them, Bruce is right. They should be flying out right now. But what are your expectations for the season? Obviously, this is going to be a year-long thing, a celebration for Survivor. What's your expectations for 50?
My expectations for 50 are hopefully to be a celebration to hopefully on the run-up to 50, we see kind of like we kind of did for Heroes versus Villains and for Winners at War. We see the community brought in. We see, Jeff hear what the fans have to say, and get their reactions, get player reactions. Yes, Bruce, you know the shade, and just see what we do. I'm hoping for a really good season. I'm hoping for a really dynamic cast and gameplay. So that's where we're heading, hopefully.
And also, we have a lot of people in the chat adding their opinions, continuing to add their opinions about their predictions, rumors, all of that. What do you got for us, Ollie? I'm going to let you handle the chat today because it's popping.
I've been handling it. So, Jay is in the chat saying, Bruce, you're supposed to be flying to Fiji. What's going on?
Thank you so
much. We love Jay in the chat. Isabel, she does have a question for us. Do we think that it's Camilla or Say? Because the rumors are that there is a woman from 48. So if so, who would we prefer? So I'm going to throw that over to Randy.
This is a good question. Okay, so the rumor. Do I say who the rumors have been saying? I can. Everyone's seen them by now. The rumors have been saying it's Camilla. That's the one female from 48. The crazy thing about that is the first rumor was Say. So I'm going to give you guys a little behind the scenes. So I travel for a lot of Survivor events. I went down to Atlanta for Ron Clark's event at the Ron Clark Academy. Fantastic event. You guys should go if you get the chance. Say was at that event. I can say that now, season's over. She was at that event, and at one point, Ron Clark got on stage and he was joking, "Hey, Say, are we going to see you on 50?" And everybody starts smiling and jumping up. Everyone starts cheering and reacting to it. I think Say might have been a cut. I think she was in discussions. So I do think there were those talks, but I think at the end of the day, she might have been cut for a Camilla. Maybe not that Jeff Probst and production likes to listen to the fans, but potentially on the flip side of that, I was in New York for Bryson Wynn Present, and Camilla's reaction from the fans.
Yeah.
What every single positive thing she did when she came back in the challenge, when she had a good confessional, people were screaming for Camilla and they loved Camilla. So I don't know if that went into the decision at the end of the day, but I think production CBS might have looked at, what if we don't bring Say out, who people love Say, but Say also got a lot of negative reaction at the end of the day too. You know, a lot of people didn't like the screen time she was getting. Why don't we flip Say and instead go Camilla, who's getting nothing but a positive reaction from the fans? I think that might have been how they went at the end of the day.
I think, I agree with that. Say is going to play again.
Yeah, she will be back.
Oh, gotcha.
She'll be on a 50, 51, or 52, or 53, or 54. She'll play again. But what the reason? You all right, Ollie? Yeah.
Hey, there's a fly or something that he's.
I thought what I was saying was bad. But yeah. But literally one of the things that's sticking in the back of my mind is that the hands that were raised if she was if Camilla was in the final three, who would have voted for her? She would have won the season. So with that being the case, they looked at that right away and said, "Yep, got it." If Say was a lock, they took the key, unlocked it, and said, "You're out. We'll see you in a couple of years or a couple of seasons from now." So if that's the case, and if she's there, if Camilla's there, I'm all for it. That's a great thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'd love to see either one of them. I agree with your point, Bruce. I do think that Say would be good for a later season, maybe a second chances. We have this in the old community, rookies versus returnees, like something like that.
That'd be a good season,
yeah. But getting to the comments, because everyone is popping off.
Villains, don't forget villains.
Heroes,
we're pushing 1.5K viewers right now. We love all you guys. Like, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you're enjoying our
Don't forget to share, people. We need more.
Share. That's Bruce. Thank you for reminding me. Share as well. Share this around. Let your friends know who love Survivor that these three, crazy people are talking about it right now. Ollie, get to the chat. There's so many.
We've got so many. We've got Megan in the chat. Hi, Meg. She would absolutely love to see Davey on the cast. We then have Bloody Money, who would love to see Edna May make a return from South Pacific, or
what
Danielle. I know. Also Danielle, Johnny Fairplay, and Rupert. Jack Powell is in the chat. Love you, Jack. Survive First Boots with Bruce, Abe, and Francesca. His team as tri-captains. We've got Mr. Poke Guy 9, who would love to see Natalie Bolton and Sean Rector. I'm right there with you. Michelle in the chat would love to see Malcolm, Denise, Rupert. She also thinks that Stephanie should be on. I think one person from each season. That would be something we'll get to.
That's crazy. Oh, so she's saying just one person from each season instead of like three. Okay, I agree with that.
I do just need to get to Shanghai. Bruce is not on 50 because he's with us. Imagine
right now.
Imagine he gets cast and then all of a sudden you just picks his phone up. He just goes by. And then we have so many chats. This one. Happy to see Emily Flippin.
We might get to this. I've got some words for Emily, who has told me multiple times she will never go back out there.
Well, I mean, depends who's going to have more to say, you or the person that she kept going at the start of their season. And then we have Brian in the chat saying, whoever goes 450 needs to bring it. Older attorneys need to show that they still have it. not only to encourage more in the future, and newer players have to try and establish a legacy for themselves, which I completely agree with.
I like that.
And finally, Bloody Money. What if Bryson Wendell got cast? Like, there's also Andrea that could be a possibility.
They're not allowed to be cast just because they have to throw these incredible parties at the end of the day.
That's fair. I mean, I can still go in the chat. Like Ronnie A, hey Ronnie, Say needs to mature a little bit before she gets on. Sheng would like to see Xander come back. This is a good old shout out, Anthony. Tracy from Micronesia.
Yes, that is an incredible shout out. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got 7 more minutes here before they officially release the cast. Save that one that you just popped up.
Yeah, I know. I was meant to start it.
But I keep going back to the hype at the end of the day. And it's a tough situation because we did hear that CBS kind of put their foot down and said, hey, less new era players. We need returning legends, which we got. But then there's a rumored 10 new era players, possibly 12, coming back, half the cast. Do we believe that they, and very quickly, because we got 6 minutes left here, and I want to make sure we're ready for the reaction. By the way, as they release these players, we will pop them up on the screen for you guys as they get released. But Bruce, Ollie, really fast. Do we think they're going to look at this as like a new era versus old school type situation, type theme, or is it not really? Do we think Jeff's going to push that with 10 to 12 new era players being rumored on this cast? Bruce, I'll go to you first.
I think that would be a detriment to the show. I really do, just for the fact that the old school players don't really care about the new era crap. From the conversations that I've had, they don't care. Like the new era was pushed down our throat, by Jeff and CBS saying, "Hey, the new era of Survivor, it's Survivor." Like, who gives a crap? Like, they didn't say that when we went from 19 to 20 or 20 to 30. They not even when we went to 40. They didn't say that. They said it right at 41 came about. So older players don't care about that. It's more of a new era stuff. But then they got to be careful with the older players that they bring, because the people that really made up this show are still watching to this day. And it's like, okay, can you bring back some of their favorites and the people that they want to see on the television, but not the people that are, just so intertwined with Survivor and everything else going on in reality. Like they might not want to see that, because people my age, we're in social media, but we're not in social media.
Yeah.
So we want to see someone on the television. It's like, oh, snap, I remember. And then you go back and think about how they played and kind of go from there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, there could be this, obviously, with it being 12v12, there could be this idea that they're going to do like old school versus new school again. I mean, if it's 24 people and 26 days, that's going to be a fun time for them. So let's hope they figure that out. But I do think I personally would have liked to have seen more old school players, just because, again, if they are doing this Legends season, the Legends are more old school. Like we see them having 3 people from 48, and this is no shade to 48. I love the cast, but the season overall currently has not been the reaction from fans has been very underwhelmed to have allegedly 3 people from that season casted, and you're going to say that all 3 of them are legends. Personally, I don't agree. But yeah, it's a tricky one. Like, I understand that obviously this is the new era of Survivor, and they're trying to get people to be on board with it, but there's a way to do it, and it's not by making it seem like they know best. Because at the end of the day, the fans are who watch, and we have an idea of what we like to see. So, Jeff, you might want to listen to us from time to time.
That's my fear. Is at the end of the day, like it's the blatant, and we're gonna get to a certain someone from Survivor China, Micronesia, Heroes versus Villains that may have been cut, which is the most mind-boggling thing to me. You
That's a
gotta
rant, don't
listen. You gotta listen to the fans at the end of the day and what they want. This isn't a well, we're gonna do whatever we want and they're gonna watch anyways. You're
Well-
right, but there does come a time where the fans just have enough. You know,
Yeah.
you don't with season 50 with all the talk. This was a perfect opportunity for Jeff Probst and production to say, "Oh, we hear what they're saying. Like." We know the cast they want. Let's just give them exactly what they want or do everything in our power to do that. This was a great opportunity for you guys to smash this out of the park and make everyone who's been questioning their fandom for Survivor fall back in love with it. But instead, we got cuts that make no sense. We got too many new era players. No offense, Bruce. Too many new era players. And the voting that you guys put out for us was not fantastic. You know the fans want 2 tribes, and you basically just said, screw that, we're going 3 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the fans want in terms of like unique colors and stuff for tribe colors. And you said, screw that, we're doing the same blue, orange, and green or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are just what come off the top of my head. You know what the fans want. And you still are basically, okay, we're doing 26 days. We're doing this our way. We don't care. We'll give you guys a little influence. And at the end of the day, they're going to market season 50, as it says on the logo, in the hands of the fans. They're going to push that all season long. If it's a bad season, they're going to say, well, you guys chose the season. If it's a good season, they're going to be like, see, we let you guys do it. That's what they're going to do at the end of the day. Ollie, are you checking if the season's in your hands?
Well, yeah, because I can't see it.
Yeah, it's not here. I'm empty. Ollie, really fast, lightning fast. What are the fans saying? I know.
Yes. So Jay says, hot take. I think there should only have been 6 new era players, which which I'm kind of in agreement with. We have Megan saying, I don't mind being half new era at all. I thought it might be harder for them to get more pre-new era players. Kind of figured there's even a higher number. Literally the chat is popping off, so I'm trying to find it. This is from Thomas C, and I just find it hilarious. Survivor in the hands of Jeff. And yes, in the hands of On Fire podcast fans.
I think they're revealing it now.
Are they revealing it now? Ooh.
Am I?
Yeah.
I have COVID vaccine changes right now.
I'm literally watching it right now.
Bruce, give us the tea. Bruce, give us the tea, because I can't.
All right.
Ready?
Hold on. It's on. I'm going to put it nice and loud.
From our very first season, 25 years ago,
Here.
the original
Yep.
Castaways, Janet.
So Janet's coming back.
From
Season 1.
2, Survivor's First,
Yep.
All-American
Season
hero.
2, Colby.
From season 10, the only
Season
player
10.
to ever be on a tribe of 1.
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
From season 12,
Season
she
12.
needs no introduction, returning for a record time, 5th time, the beloved
3.
Suri.
Yep, right after Survivor AU versus the world.
From season 13, the original Jungle Boy, also returning for a 5th
Ozzy.
time.
Great.
Lot to talk about with Ozzy. Lots of drama to talk about
Season
with Ozzy.
18, the one, the only.
18.
Dragon Slayer.
Coach.
Yeah, the Dragon Slayer. He was on the podcast last
Season
summer.
32, a
Season
master
32.
strategist returning for a 4th time.
Aubrey.
That one shocks me. That one is a shocking one.
That was she was a late
35.
addition.
Final 3, the first time she played. Been waiting nearly a decade for the second shot.
Christy.
Christy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Christy. She's amazing.
From season 37.
Season 37.
Out of the robotics lab and back into the jungle.
Is that Ubicki? Kristen Ubicki.
Christian Ubicki, okay.
And from 37. she
Season
loves
37
working
again.
with me and is still waiting on that jacket from now.
Yeah.
Angelina.
Mike Wade.
And from 37.
37.
Writing and directing seasons of
Mike White.
Yeah.
That
Wait.
shocks me. That's so shocking to me.
From season 38.
Season
Survivor's
38.
Favorite newscaster.
Rick Devens.
Yeah, that one's not as shocking.
That's
No
not a
joke.
shock. No, you knew he was coming back.
From season 42.
42.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, gotta be physically intimidating. Jonathan, yep.
From season 45. One of the
45.
most dominating players in the new era. The winner of
D.
45.
D's back.
D.
D. I could see her winning again. I could.
From being
45.
invasive to being embraced by tribe mates and fans.
Emily flipping.
Emily, we got to talk, girl.
46.
46.
One of the most electric and chaotic players the game has ever
Chaotic
seen.
and electric.
He's not a one-name player. He's a one-letter
Q.
Q.
Thank you, Jeff, for going in order, helping our graphics.
And from 46.
46.
At times she played with Q, and at times she wanted to pull her hair out because of Q.
Tiffany. Tiffany.
This is so much different
I love
guys, when
Tiffany.
you know the people. Like, I love
46,
Tiffany.
it was a cruel
46, another
season.
one.
The final three. The question is, can he shake it off before Survivor 50?
Charlie. Yes.
Charlie
let's go.
is back. Redemption.
From season 47, she started
47.
with no
Genevieve. Genevieve.
No emotion.
was the key
Now
to the
emotion.
game.
Genevieve.
Yes. Genevieve.
From 48, she came into the game
48.
with a lot of self-doubt and emerged an assassin.
Camilla.
Camilla.
Yes, Camilla.
Camilla.
From 48,
From 48.
she's stunning, athletic and charming. The winner of 48,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle. He's going to be tough for Kyle. Going to be so
Yeah.
tough.
From 48,
From
he
48,
played one of the most emotional
Joe.
and loyal games
Gotta be
of
Joe.
any player ever, while physically
Now, I
dominating
didn't make
the
graphics for these other two people, so it's Joe just got
Yep.
announced.
And in season 49,
49.
Yeah, they are on the season.
Question mark.
24-person cast.
two players.
Question mark. 2 question marks for 49.
Season you haven't seen that won't premiere until the fall. Those players will remain a mystery for now.
Won't see them till the
A
fall.
record-setting 24 players who will be appearing. in
24
Survivor 50.
players.
Wow.
That is mental.
In 26 days?
Wow.
Hold up. I don't know if you can see it. I got chicken skin. I'm bumpy.
I need to try and look at this chat for a second.
Wait, Ollie, can you look at the chat while I post
yeah.
the graphic of the play?
So we have got Bloody Money, yes, coach. Aubrey, acceptable. Yes to Chrissy Hoffback. Jay, Mike White. Jenny K is back in the chat. 6th time, Sari. Yes. Jay is also happy to see Emily back. And yes,
Take it away, guys. Take it away.
and yes,
Talk about-
D, who just finished filming the challenge for 41, is now going. Hit Nuke the Atomic just got here. Yes, of course, you're welcome. Please give us your reactions to the cast. Jay, Mother Vive is here. Let's go. Camilla said by Cold Lunch. This is a hot take from Alfonso. Carl and Joe first outs. And Anthony White has just sent us a thing. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
You woke up at
Anthony.
6:45 in the morning for this. You did. We appreciate that. The Yanu, yes. 2 of the Yanu 3 are in. And yeah, the spoilers were 100% right.
Ollie, if you
Um,
want to post that now on X,
Yes,
I
will
got
post
you.
this
I
now.
just said
And-
podcast is surviving.
And we have Pickle in the chat. This
Wow,
is insane.
look
Rick
at that.
Evans is the early stock watch favorite.
So we are going.
That is a hot take. Sorry.
So we are going to take you guys castaway by castaway. They all just flipped on the screen. Bruce has Jeff left the stage? Is that the only announcement we got?
No, I guess they're gonna come back and talk to him after the commercial.
They're going to talk to him. Okay, can you keep us updated in case he says anything weird
I will.
or fun? So we're going to take you person by person. We're going to give our official reactions and maybe predictions as well. Bruce, I will say with 24 people, this is going to be our largest Survivor Now podcast draft ever.
Yes.
And this one's going to mean a little bit more because we've all seen these people play and we're all going to have expectations for these people as well.
Yeah.
But the rumors ended up being true. Before we go person by person and spend a few minutes on each person, what are your reactions to this official cast? Are you happy? Because let me just say, I know a lot of people are mad, and we'll get to the cuts at the end of the show here. I'm okay with it personally. There's a lot of people I'm excited to see back. Now it might be different. So the casual viewer, they don't have any bonding connection to these people. I've met Tiffany several times. I've met Dee. I've met Q. Kyle and I have met, and we're good friends as well. We've interviewed Coach. I've talked to Coach on several occasions. Stephanie's been a friend of the podcast. So I've met Ozzy and Sari. I think there's a little different feeling coming from me because I know these people and they're just wonderful people. And I'm excited that they got this opportunity again. So I might not be as mad as other people. That's how I feel. How are you feeling with this cast overall?
I am happy with 90% of the cast. The reason why I'm happy with 90% of the cast is because I've met them. And they, of the 90 that I've met, 80% of them have some unfinished business to do. Okay. There's maybe in the survivor world, the community, they might want to change an image of some sort or just double down on their image. But then there are others that I'm taking a look at. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. He's back on. So I'm going to kick it over to you, Ali. I'm going to mute myself and hear what he's going to say, and then I'll come back and give the seats. All right.
I'm happy with the women.
Ollie, let it out.
Okay, so I am happy to see which women got cast. I think they did do. I'm happy with like 90% of the women, maybe 85. In terms of the men that they cast, I'm going to openly admit I am a little bit underwhelmed. Just because I want to preface by saying I understand it is a legend season. I understand that, they want to bring back some legendary cast members. However, if you're just bringing them back for them to get voted out for like a fifth time, I feel bad for them. But also, I just personally feel like there was a certain archetype that Jeff and CBS decided to go with, and it's the archetype that they like. And for people that are wondering what that archetype is, there's two. I see two archetypes that Jeff and CBS like. The first one is Colby, Ozzy, Jonathan, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to go into detail. You know what that archetype is. And then the second one is Christian Hubicki, Rick Devens, Charlie. You see, those are Jeff's favorites. Those are CBS production favorites. So I understand why they were picked from their point of view. That being said, with the exception of maybe Charlie and Christian Hubicki, the fans were maybe not rooting for those people as much. So that's why I'm saying I'm a little underwhelmed, because I do think that was where the fans didn't really have a say in it. We're going to pick the people that we like, and we're going to say that we know better than the fans. So I'm now going to finally say Sean Rector was robbed.
Yeah.
Jonathan Penner was robbed.
We'll get on to Amanda Kimmel a little bit later on as that's
also a rant I need to have as well. But
keep the chat coming. Before we actually start, let me take this opportunity again. Sometimes you just have to geek out. We've got over 2,000 live viewers right now. If you were watching on X, head on over to our YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us. If all 2,000 of you subscribed, that would be such a growth for this podcast. So thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Sometimes you just got to take a second to thank the audience that you have. And this has been an incredible morning. All right. As Bruce continues to watch to see what they say, and he'll update us, let's get to these reveals.
So good.
Wait, what's he saying? Bruce, what's he saying?
He's talking about He's right now saying how like the way how much the fans are involved. And these fans have been voting on everything from something like, aesthetic of the colors of the buffs and things like that. So, he's saying that they have hands in it. Should they be supplies, idols, things like that. So they have the results of it. So
he has the results.
They're not showing it. So the players have no idea. It was maybe a good thing. They're going to change something up, and the players have no idea. Kind of like when 41 went on. 41 had no idea what was going on because it was not the Survivor that they used to. So I'm sorry. Let them do their thing.
Well, thank you, Ollie, for continuing to start the chat. We will get to your guys' chats. And we'll try. There's so many right now. If you leave a super chat, we will definitely see it, and we'll definitely appreciate it as well. All right, let's get to, as Bruce continues to listen, he'll update us throughout the show.
It's all done.
Oh, it's all done? Okay. First player up, all the way from Survivor Borneo, Jenna Lewis, two-time player. She played on Borneo. She played on All-Stars. Last played in 2004. And she is currently 47 years old. This is an older cast with a lot of legends returning. It's really a 30, 40, 50-year-old cast. Okay, so initial thoughts, guys, on Jenna Lewis. I told Ollie the other day, Bruce, I was like, with my memory, I've seen Borneo like 2 or 3 times. I don't remember much of Jenna, and I'm very sorry about that. So I'm going to let Ollie take it away. Give us a little bit more information on Jenna for anyone who doesn't remember, because she was on the original season. Yes. But this is such a pull to get someone from the original.
Yeah, and that's why I want to first say I am excited to see someone from Borneo play. I am actually happy that it was Jenna. I think that is quite a smart casting choice in the sense of she is someone that has returned before. So Jenna Lewis, she played on Borneo. She was 8th. She came 8th place. And then she returned for Survivor All-Stars and came 3rd. She kind of managed to, in Survivor All-Stars, get in very close with the romantic duo of Rob and Amber, which she managed to then help get herself all the way to the final 3 and the final immunity before she became the final juror. I'm really happy to see Jenna. I think she brought a lot of spice. Like, when we think about people in the earlier seasons that were unabashedly very authentic and would just say it how it is and wouldn't be afraid to, say it how it is. Jenna was one of them. I think in terms of gameplay, she definitely wasn't I'm talking about this. Josh has kind of just said it perfectly in the chat. She is an under the radar threat. She is someone that can be such a sleeper. She's got a big personality, but she is someone that also can just go a bit. She can just go like this. And I think that's what we're going to see with her in this 50 season. I'm very excited for it. Again, I love the fact that we've got someone from Borneo. So
I think it's a huge get to get someone from the original season. By the way, guys, if you're in our YouTube chat, you can vote right now. We just put a poll up on whether you're excited for Jenna or not. 89% are saying yes, 11% saying no right now. Bruce, are you excited for Jenna to return? Yes. Getting someone from the original season felt like a must.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you have to have someone from the original season. This is Survivor. Yeah. This is, if you're going to represent the entire thing, you got to represent where it started. Just shy of getting Richard Hatch back, the way that Jenna has played, I think it's a good choice. Mm-hmm. If she was 8th, that's what I took in mind when I played 45. To go to 3rd, I would probably see her leaving at 5th. Kind of to split the middle between all of it, but I really do think that she is going to do a great job this season. It was a great pick. Like I said, just represent Survivor for who Survivor is. It started off with 1, bring someone from there, and it was a good job. Good choice.
Yeah. And let's see what the fans ended up saying. 88%. Now it went down to 85%. Said they are excited for Jenna. All right, going on to season 2. It's going to be his 4th time playing. He's played 3 times. Colby is back. Last played in Heroes versus Villains back in 2010. He's currently 51 years old. I know Ollie's not going to be excited about Colby. I feel a certain type of way for Colby. Everyone always says when Jeff retires, Colby needs to take over. I just don't really agree. Here's my feeling on Colby, and we're not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. We're not paid by CBS to hype everybody up here. He flopped pretty hard in Heroes versus Villains because Colby's strength in Australia was his challenge ability. And when he was, I can't remember, let me do the math here. I'm not going to sit here and take too long to do the math. He was what when he 41? Did Heroes? 41?
It was 10 years ago.
Well, no, it's 2025, so it was 15 years ago.
15 years ago, so he was still 40, what?
No, 36.
36.
Yeah,
36. Sorry, hello, mathematician. I'm going to calculate.
He was 36 years old, and he was already struggling to do challenges in Heroes versus Villains. Like, he was awful. Now he's coming back as a 51-year-old. Colby has never been a good social player, and he's relied on his challenge strength, and I don't think he has that anymore. Bruce, what are you thinking about Colby returning to play? This will be his 4th time, and what I assume is his last chance to win Survivor.
Colby, get out there, represent for the old men. All right? Do your thing. You're going to be with Joe, though. Here's the problem. If they get physical like they do with Australia, then Colby's done. Survivor does not trend that way. Survivor trends, the more plyo stuff, balancing, running, whatever. And I think that Colby kept himself in shape. He was always in shape. The thing that we got to look at also is that when Colby was 36, he was going against guys that were younger than he was. And that was when it was physical. There's a difference. Like, if we sit there and think about how an older man is physical with someone else, we'll be in with you for 15, 16 seconds, and then we start fading. Younger person's got more stamina, more muscle, whatever have you. So I really do think that, and the fun fact, when I first went out to play Survivor for 41, I literally said one of the traits that I was looking to play like was like Colby, because Colby was very, very physical. So he'll still have physicality, but with today's Survivor, it's not the kind of physicality that we need. So going back to look the last time he played, that game plays over. So I think he'll do just fine.
Ollie, what are the fans saying in the chat, and what do you think about Colby returning?
I will get to the fans first. So you've got Bloody Money. Colby gets to play without Jerry. That is the big thing here. I think that's what was kind of occurring. Yep. So for people that don't know, it was definitely Jerry and Colby were both in the mix, and I understand that they didn't want both of them to play again together for a 4th time, because I don't think that would be fair on either of them. Jack says, so interesting to see how Colby will play if he has a renewed drive or just chickens out. Additionally, I'm interested to see how he plays with Sari, who he was on Heroes versus Villains with. I think we will get to the links. Pikal has a hot take. He's not excited for Colby. I was not a big fan of his game on and All Stars or Heroes versus Villains. And I haven't seen anything special since Australia. Megan as well. Didn't really need to see Colby here. I agree. And also,
if I agreed. I didn't agree with that pick either. I really didn't.
Colby becomes Bob Crowley 2.0. Right. So now it's time for my rant.
Bob Crowley's amazing.
I didn't need to see Colby. I think Colby is done when it comes to Survivor. This is going to be really. I'm sorry if this comes across harsher than it needs to be. I don't need to see Colby flop again. I really don't.
Right here.
And again, this is biasy. Jerry has a special place in my heart. I would have loved to have seen Jerry. I think in terms of just watchability, entertainment, and gameplay, Jerry over Colby. So sorry, Colby, I probably won't be rooting for you. You could surprise me though. We'll just have to wait and see.
I think that's how most people are feeling. Looking at the fans chat right now on the fans voting poll on YouTube, 51 people have voted. 51% say they are excited for Colby. 49% say no. So it is right down the middle, depending on how you see him at the end of the day. Let's keep things moving here as we got a big cast to get through. Stephanie LaGrossa is back for her 4th time playing. We first saw her in Palau. which you guys know me. I love Palau. Then she returned to play back-to-back in Guatemala, and then she came back in Heroes versus Villains. Who knows what she could have done on Heroes versus Villains? She injured her arm very early on in the game, and it felt like she never hit the ground running, but I think she's obviously such an incredible player. She was right there with Danny and in position to win Guatemala. This will be her 4th time playing. She last played in 2010. She is now 45. So we're getting an older, a more mature Stephanie. She's obviously got an entire family now back home. I think it'll be interesting to see how Stephanie changes her game. I understand the argument of people saying they don't want to see Stephanie again or they don't need to see Stephanie again. This is one of the players who are playing for like a 4th time, obviously, that I'm excited to see. Like, I am excited to see Stephanie back out there. Bruce, what are you thinking about
Mrs. saw Stephanie on the Traders, and when I saw her, I was like, what? And then listening to the way she was speaking and kind of going through the whole process, I'm like, okay, all right, now this makes sense. I will see her on Survivor again. I thought about that. And this is a good choice because I think she's a good balance between someone that's going to tell you F you or someone that's going to work with you and then stab you in the back. Like that's needed because we've seen so much of, the niceties of Survivor. We got a little bit more aggressive this season on 48, but she's going to bring a little bit more towards the way. I don't want to say have controversy just towards the way if she's 45 years old. She ain't got time for that anymore. This is what I love about this.
She's not going to take that. Bullshit.
They're older. So for the most part, they're older. And there are some older players that are going to be like, they're going to kind of sway towards the new era stuff, but they're older and she's going to be, I think the poster child of someone's going to be like, nah, I'm not taking that. Like, I'm moving on to from what you're saying. So Stephanie, good choice.
Ollie, you've been controlling the fans' opinions all day. You going to lead with yours first here?
Yeah, I'll lead with mine. But I do want to throw out one comment because I think it kind of encompasses how I feel, and it's from Mitch. I need to find it. Yeah, I don't hate Stephanie being chosen. I'm not mad at it. I just think there could have been some other people in that era. And when I say era, I mean kind of like the post All-Stars to but that little bit between All-Stars and
people you would have rather seen.
Yeah, I mean, perfect example. I did just interview her yesterday, Amy Cusack. Like, I would have loved to have seen her come back. And that is partly probably recency bias, is because I did just get to speak to
that interview that he had with Amy will be out Sunday for everyone. Plug there to kick off Pride Month. That'll be Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at seeing Stephanie cast. I agree with Bruce. I think she's definitely going to bring that kind of, look, this is my 4th time. I'm not going to beat around the bush. If someone's going to, mess with me, I'm going to call it out. So I appreciate that because that's probably something I do. I'm intrigued to see how she's going to do. I'm unsure at this point. But yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I'm not like at it.
You got some other comments from the fans. How are the fans feeling? Because on the poll on YouTube, 69% are saying they are excited for her to return. Yes.
So I've got to get these points. Top Scotty Gaming. Yes, Stephanie, I'm happy to see her come back, and she was robbed in Heroes versus Villains, which I agree. Megan, she's also met on Stephanie. Didn't really bring anything in the first place. She's infamous for being on a solo tribe, and I agree. I think that is currently her legacy. I'd love to see if she can kind of add something to that. I'm trying to see that there is so many chats. Jack saying secret winner pick, Guatemala game coming back in full force.
Would love to see Stephanie win.
Yeah, I would love to see her bring that gameplay in Guatemala. So that's how they're feeling right now.
All right. Next up, we have the mother of Survivor, Cirie Fields, coming back to play for a 6th time. And I know to any a little bit casual fans who only watch the U.S. version of the show, for any fans out there saying, wait, hold on, Randy, it's It's her 5th time playing, not her 6th time. She last played in 2024 because she's going to be on Survivor Australia versus the World, which if you guys haven't heard about that, you got to check that out. It's coming out rumored June 22nd. We'll definitely be covering that as well. But so she's going back to back. And we heard about Cirie being on the season when Parvati said on a podcast, "Oh, you're going right back out, aren't you?" And she's like, "Yes, I am." Last played in 2024. She's 54 now. Guys, this has to be the swan song for Cirie. This has to be her last chance to win it. Bruce, I know you're saying it doesn't have to be, but I think it has to be. You gotta make
it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be.
You gotta make this the last go. So we obviously know Cirie as the best, arguably the best non-winner of all time, right?
Yes.
She has been screwed time and time again with some of the most wild plays in the history of the show. If y'all remember back at Game Changers, when she was voted out, not even voted out, she had to go home because everyone else was immune. Absolute craziness. If you remember Micronesia, when it looked like she had a book ticket to the final 3, and Jeff from production went, "Oh, hold on now. We're doing a final 2 this season." And she ended up getting voted out at 3. It's like the win has always eluded her. Then she goes on Traders, gets her win. We saw her on Big Brother where she did well. Ollie, I'll go to you first. What do you think about Cirie coming back? I mean, you always say we don't need to see these players who have played 5, 7 times or whatever. Cirie has played the most out of anyone here, playing for a 6th time.
And technically, she is the first person to now play 6 times, I do believe.
Ooh.
So, well, like, congrats to her on that. I am a very big component of I don't need to see these people play 5, 6 times. I am still in that mentality. This is a comment from Megan, and I think it sums it up perfectly for me. We don't need to see more of Cirie playing Survivor, but we will all be blessed to see more of Cirie playing. Like, it's one of those things. You're right. Cirie is someone that we will always love to see her play. But I do agree. I think this does need to be our swan song. I think Survivor 50 making this kind of Cirie's final bow, I think will be perfect. I do just need to... Hi, Drago. Not sure who you are. Please remind me who you are so I can say hi properly. The comments. Amy in the chat saying Cirie will always be fun. Christian thinks that Cirie is overrated.
Oh, Christian, you better hire some security right now.
Sludge Sports, winner pick right there. Cirie Fields, Timeless, Crochet Wonders by Gian.
There's no way
to see her when I could see someone else.
Can I just interrupt really fast on that last comment that said winner pick from Sludge Sports?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way these people let Cirie get to the end.
No.
This is going to be a swan song. I think Cirie's going to be a pre-merge player. I would be shocked when we do our draft if anyone takes her before the whatever round, the 3rd or 4th round, however many people we have in the draft. I don't know how you guys feel. Cirie's going to be nice to see again, but I think this is more about a send-off than her chance to win. I think
I fully agree with you there. In watching what's the matter? What are you?
I'm gonna just pop comments as you talk.
From what I've seen from like when she was on the Traders, it was great to see that because I wanted to see something outside of Survivor and how she would have played, and she played very well. And she, everyone now knows exactly how she's going to play because the way she played in Survivor, she played in Traders, and when she was on Survivor, like she got screwed a couple of times. And I've never met her in person. I've messaged her back and forth, and she's always graceful and having conversations with me that way. I met her son, amazing young man. But I honestly want to say that there could have been someone else to represent her season or her, I guess, era. Because she's on a lot. Like I remember Jeff saying one time to the group of us saying, like, if you want to survive a career, you go out there and you play your all. Well, she's played 4 times. She's put her all out there. She's come through struggles and she's done the things that most women that go out there on the show, they with their children and how they raise their kids, and not just women but men as well. But for Cirie, we've seen all that. And if this is a swan song, then yes, let's make it happen. Make it the swan song. But 5-6 times of seeing people on television when there's so much more. There's so many, like Jeff said, there's 442 people. Like
Sean Rector, who's only played once, and I mean, you can make a Natalie Bolton, who's only played once.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, this is so sad to say, and I know everyone in the comments, don't come for us right now. We love Cirie. Don't get us wrong. We love
Come
Cirie.
on, come get me.
Bruce will take the heat. But the thing is, I think she could be a first boot. If her tribe goes to tribal council, you don't think they're instantly going to be like, we know what Cirie can do. These are super fans of the show, especially new era players. We know what Cirie can do. We're not letting that happen. I could see Cirie being the first person out of the game, and I can already picture it now. Everyone stands up, clapping, standing ovation. Jeff Probst says something like, Cirie, for the last time you've been there's something. I think we're even going to get a confessional from Cirie in the first episode saying, this is it. You know, I came out here to do this one more time. And I see it now. I'm calling my shot early. She's one of the first 3 people to leave this game. I'm calling it right now. So, I mean, it's going to be a nice swan song. It sucks a little bit because you want to see people who have only been out there once and get another opportunity. I'm happy to see Cirie again. I am blessed. Megan was correct. But yeah, I don't see her going far in this game. Unless the only way that I could see me being wrong, just to cover my bases, is if someone uses her as like a mentor. I want to work with Cirie because she knows how to play this game and we can go far together. That's the only way I could see it. Or maybe she's on the same tribe as Kyle, and we'll get to Kyle later, but Kyle needs a shield. It's a great
Kyle already won. Like nobody's, like you said, I wholeheartedly want to be in your corner at the top within the first 3 she's going. And it's no disrespect to her, like no disrespect whatsoever. She is going, like they're going to look at her and say, no, I know what you can do. All of them have played this game to a certain point where they've or seen the show. It's just enough to say, I know what you can do. Love you to death, but I got to let you go. Like me holding on to you for one more week is my demise. That's what we're going to be thinking.
The only thing I would love to see, Cold Lunch said it, Camilla and Cirie Alliance, but also from Sludge Sports, Cirie and Tiffany.
Yes.
I would love that. I would not be mad at that.
I was thinking Cirie and Emily. I don't know why. I think that's a chaotic duo that I could see. Let's move on.
Wait, I'm sorry. One thing, how are they going to break up the tribes if it's 24? Right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be. We know there's 3 tribes. They're supposed to be 3 tribes, unless they
3
start
tribes
with
of
2.
8.
3 tribes of 8, probably. Which
But
bigger tribes? Bigger tribes. I'm not mad about it.
But if Tiffany is there, you have nothing. You have nothing. If you get one other person, Cirie gets one person, Tiffany gets one person, that's 4. So it's a deadlock. Does she get sent home via rocks? Like that's the only way she hasn't been sent home yet. So it's like
I can see it.
You know,
we'll wait and see. We'll see what
we're not shocked at this, but 68% of our viewers have voted on our YouTube chat that they are excited to see Cirie back. All right, let's get to Ozzy. I just met Ozzy at Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. Last played in 2017. He is playing for a 5th time. One of the best challenge players ever. He's now 43 years old. You know, the crazy thing about Ozzy is when I met him in Atlanta, obviously he's not going to come out and be like, oh, I'm talking to them. They can't say anything. There's an NDA or whatever. But we were talking about 50. They pointed it, same thing. Ron Clark was like, Ozzy, maybe 50, and shaking his head no. And he didn't get an incredible reaction. So not that Ozzy really cares, but I think the drama that we have to talk about with Ozzy is the amazing Amanda Kimmel, who was forever in the rumored selections. And this is just a rumor. I will disclose this now and say this is just a rumor.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Amanda Kimmel was cast on the show. and she dropped because of her relationship with Ozzy, which you can remember back in Micronesia. He confessed his love to her at the finale. That didn't go well at the end of the day. And allegedly, she's not doing the show if Ozzy is on. And CBS put their foot down and said, well, Ozzy's going to be on whether you're on or not. And so she dropped out. This is the biggest miss CBS and production could have done if it's true. Because you could have 40 New Era players on the cast and tell the fans, we don't care what you think about New Era players. We're shoving this down your throat. As long as Amanda Kimmel is there, they're happy. That's the one person. If you ask the majority of Survivor fans who they want to return, Amanda Kimmel is probably going to be the answer for 95, 96% of them. And you let her go for Ozzy, who, one, is not very popular in the Survivor community from the players or the fans. Two, has already played, so many times. We've seen what we're going to see from Ozzy. You have your new Ozzy and Jonathan. That's your new, what's the word you used earlier, Ollie? Archetype. You have Joe, Ozzy, Jonathan, Malcolm, Colby. You have that challenge, strength,
golden
archetype.
Boy.
And Ozzy, we've seen what we're going to see from Ozzy. So, Bruce, I'll go to you first on this. Huge missed opportunity to not bring back Amanda Kimmel because of this reason. Because if I was CBS, I'm sorry, Ozzy, as bad as I want you back, we have to have Amanda, and she's not doing it with you. And there's a reason she's not doing it with you, which is also kind of a red flag as well. What are you thinking about this selection here?
Last time I saw Ozzy on my television, he was pouting and not wanting to deal with what was going on, if I remember it correctly. Because something wasn't going his way. I don't remember exactly, but I remembered that part of it. Now, that, granted, that was years ago, and he's grown up a little bit since then, whatever have you, but I've seen enough. Again, read the shirt, shut it down. I don't want to see Ozzy on my TV. And it's nothing against him, but it's just him. I've never met him. He has his own exploits, whatever. But I've never met him. Probably the nicest guy in the entire world. But as far as on my television, because I only go off when I say it all the time. This is an edited show. From what they're showing me on TV, I don't want to see that gameplay any longer. I don't. And you hit it right in the head. We were sitting in Jonathan. Jonathan's the new Ozzy. With the ability to be more transparent and work with people. So I don't. If I was in that poll, I would put no. I don't want to see Ozzy. Sorry. Just next. They could have come up with somebody completely different. Someone with a little bit more want to maybe play this game, or even just likability factor. You thank you. I take you all day, 17 times over. Give me a cast full of Yules. Aside from
Earl Cole, another person, yes, a winner, but someone you potentially could have brought back. We've already talked about Sean Rector. Early on, you could have been looking at Vecepia as bringing her back to play again. Yeah, Todd. I don't know if Todd would go out again. Todd. Yeah, Todd Herzog. Yeah, plenty of people that you could have brought out. Ollie, go ahead and cook. I know you've got a lot to say on this.
I'm so excited to watch Ozzy play for a fifth time and flop. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for him not to win the game for a fifth time.
That's awesome.
I just can't. Sorry, I've not been a fan of Ozzy. Similar to what Bruce had said, when it's just I will be pleasantly surprised if he has matured in the sense of if things don't go his way, he's not pouty about it. But yeah.
And I mean, as I look at the chat right now, you guys are popping off about. Jay says, plus I doubt that Ozzy is as physically fit as he was in Cook Islands and South Pacific. And then Top Scotty Gaming, Cook Islands, he was insane in fans versus favorites, plus South. But Game Changers, not so much. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the chemistry between Mitch adds in. He's going back out there for revenge, basically. Essentially. Yeah. Essentially. It's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to the next person we have By the way, I will add for Ozzy, 59% of people say they are not excited for Ozzy to return. So again, it's not too positive. Next up, he is playing for a fourth time. We saw him in Tocantins, Heroes versus Villains, and South Pacific. Last time he played was 2011. He's now 53. Benjamin Coach Wade is returning. Guys, when I first saw the rumored cast, this was one of the ones, along with Emily, who we'll talk about a little bit later, that shocked me, and Mike White. That shocked me the most. We just spoke with Coach back last summer on our Patreon. By the way, shameless plug. The link is in the description below. Make sure to join our Patreon. A lot of bonus content coming out for you guys very shortly on that. It's an amazing photo. But we just spoke with Coach Lap.
Not in that photo.
You're not. Well, you should have been in New York.
Photoshop me in right now.
We just spoke with Coach last summer, and we talked about 50. And Coach said, look, when I went out there, I was, a storyteller. I was sharing my experiences in life. I was sharing my experience with religion. I don't think going back out there does anything for me. I think my story has been told. And you go back. I guess, Jeff can talk him into it. Bruce, are you excited for Coach? Because I know Coach is not a fan favorite with a lot of people, but God damn it, I think he's great television, and I'm excited to see him play again.
I like the idea that Coach is there. I've never met him, but I've seen the things he's done on on our podcast and talking to us here. And just the clips that are out there about what he's doing, what's going on. He still tells a story. He always tells, with the conversation that he has, he tells a story, and that's what people love to be able to see. And if they just tap into a little bit more above and beyond the show, because on the show, he has his antics, but those antics are true to who he is. So, Coach, I can't wait to see you. It's going to be a good time. It's one of the happy surprises that I've seen so far.
Ollie, where are you at on Coach? So far, it's been a lot of negativity from you. Where are you leaning on Coach, and what are the fans saying right now?
Dragon Slade, voting him off. Yeah, I mean, there was a comment. I believe it was from Mitch. Me and Mitch are agreeing. I think Coach hit his peak in South Pacific, so
that's one of my best friends, Mitch. So I love that you guys are agreeing.
So we're there. Obviously, Chris Mack talks the Dragon Slayer. I understand the reasoning for the pick in the sense of Legends. We have someone that was a very eccentric character, so I get that. Coach just wouldn't have been one of my personal picks, but I understand the production, the casting side of things. That's what I'll say on it. I'm also just going to not be negative and just look at what the fans say. Brian, this was the first season I watched as well, so there is a little bit of nostalgia in that, in the sense of I'm glad there is some Tocantins representation. Amy would just also like to plug that the interview with Coach was good.
Thank you, Amy.
So I would recommend everyone join our Patreon, because we have
there's a free trial. You can get a 1-week free trial to our Patreon. The link is in the description of our YouTube video, or you can head on over to survivornowpodcast.com and join that way as well. So get the free trial. Check out that interview. It is a good one.
Yes. Megan is standing Coach. And Jay said maybe he heard that the prize money is potentially going to be 2 million, like Winners at War.
Ooh,
maybe
that would be interesting.
Dragon Slayer, he's definitely going to be interesting to watch to see how he plays. Jack, I'm interested because he also said that he likes to play different every time. I think we may see a very unique, different coach. Chris Mack, a coach in Q Alliance.
Wow.
But yeah.
I will say the fans have voted. 74% are excited to see Coach back. So A lot of fans
I'm
excited.
Monroe.
Gentlemen, this is a live show, so I just want to make sure, because we just hit coach and we still got a long way to go here. Is anyone on a time restraint? Do I need to be speeding these up at all? Bruce, you are? Wait, Bruce. Okay. We'll keep going. We'll pick it up a little bit. And Bruce, if you got to go, just let us know in the private chat and we'll let you go. Okay. Next. Wait, what'd you say, Bruce? You're muted.
I'm going to let everyone know when I got to go. Let the world know. Hey, listen, I got to go. I got stuff to do. Not as exciting as this. I'll tell you that right now. But no, I'm here for a good bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Love you, Coach.
We'll pick it up a little bit here. All right, next up, Aubrey Bracco coming back to play for a fourth time. She last played in 2019. This is where my memory is gonna. She first played in Co Wrong, and then she played in Game Changers, and then she played in Edge of Extinction, if I remember correctly. Did I get that right? Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. She's now coming back to play at the age of 39. This one was kind of shocking too, because she did a live stream with Kelly Wentworth and Kelly was like, you should go back out there. And she said, no, I don't really need to. I'm okay. I guess they can talk, it's never true. You can be talked into it. Aubrey comes back to play again. Ollie, are you excited to see Aubrey return? One of the best, in my opinion, one of the best social players. But I did see someone say that she's flopped the last 2 times she's played.
Yeah, obviously her strength was Co Wrong, and then Game Changers, she was a bit more under the radar, and then Edge of Extinction occurred. Yeah, I'm like this with Aubrey. I am happy to see her return, but I feel like, what else can we see? So that's where I'm at. I'm not sure yet.
Let's see. We got some chats before Abraham goes here. Let me see what you guys are saying. It says, Isabel says, please put her in queue on the same tribe. That would be interesting. Mattress adds in, I never got the Aubrey hype, to be honest. Mitch says, Aubrey got embarrassed in Edge of Extinction. Bruce, are you excited to see her coming back here?
No. Nope.
Wow. Point blank. It doesn't do it for you.
It's no disrespect to Aubrey, like her game. It's about the game, and I've seen enough. Like, you play. Once you play more than twice, people kind of know your game and they know what to expect from you. And everybody wants to say that, maybe they're going to come out and play a different way. Maybe they're going to have a different thought process on what they're going to do, or who they're going to align with. Oh, if they align with this one, well, if the game is still the same exact way as before, it's going to be a challenge. That's where the new era people have a little bit of an edge up, because they have, no one really knows their game. We only see what was on TV, but and edited to show. But if you play 3 times, they've edited you enough to be able to say, well, I didn't see it play that way in the first season, but she played the way she played in the first season and added this on. And I didn't see it in the second season, but I saw that they added something else on the third, but now I see all of it together. It's all different, but it's all the same. So Aubrey, like, I've never met her. I've never had a conversation with her. Probably the nicest person in the world. And I'm going to keep saying that to people about themselves outside of the game. But as far as gameplay, I've had enough. Like, nope, you could have found somebody else.
I think you talked the fans into it, because 57% people are voting no, they are not excited to see Aubrey at the end of the day. Next up,
that kind of personality.
This might be our first huge spark. Shout out to Spark or Snuff. This might be an ignite. Chrissy Hoffbeck returns. She's only played once. She was in Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers. Last played in 2017. She now returns at the age of 54. You guys might remember Chrissy holds the record for the most wins by a woman, individual challenge wins. That was 4, I believe, is the record. She was very incredible her season. Some people argued she should have won over Ben. So I can't wait to see what the chat has to say about that. Let's see.
It's already popping off.
Is it already popping up?
It's already popping off.
Jack says 1,000% a yes, needed to come back. Sludge Sports deserved. Jay says happy for Chrissy.
Yeah.
Bruce, this has to be one that does get you excited. You had a very big reaction to seeing Chrissy back.
All right, so I met Chrissy at an event. I was down in I was in New York when I first met her, and I'm sorry, Boston. It was Boston. And I came around the corner. And I remember looking. And I was like, Chrissy. This woman looked me dead in the face, like this. Well, she didn't know who I was, right? At first, she looked me dead in the face. She goes, "Bros!" And just a huge reaction. Great personality, but I want to see her come back and play because, again, with that very same interaction, we spoke then later on in the day. And we were talking about, like, would you ever come back and play Survivor? And she said 1,000% yes. Even though the bullshit, she's like, you ask any Survivor player if they would play again. And she said, yes, they would say yes. And she's like, she was emphatic about it, that she would want to play this game again. And it was like unfinished business. And she says more so than that. So, and this is this conversation was an amazing thing to hear from her, because you would think that after the way that, she kind of got robbed, like she'd be jaded. Like there are some people that are so jaded they don't even pick up the phone anymore, whether it be due to the edit or due to production or whatever have you. It's great to see, and it's great to hear her, like the way she talked about it. I remember walking down the street, she like turned sideways, so I was like, yes, they play again, and we just like fully engaged in that conversation. So, and she's gonna do. She better do well. Like
I think she could win. I think she could go out there and be a sneaky winner pick. I know my friend Mitch just added in. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Chrissy's game, but she absolutely deserved the spot. Amy says, I like seeing some players who have only played once before. Yeah. Alfonso adds in, Chrissy is going to mother. She is competitive in the best way possible. Cirie and Chrissy alliance? Maybe.
Wouldn't be bad at it.
Ollie, what are we feeling about?
I'm so sorry. It's going to be Chrissy saying, yes, Ciria's being an alliance. I've seen you play so many times. I'm going to use you to vote you out quick. Bye.
Yeah.
So you can sit there and Chrissy can, build her resume and make her way to what she needs to make it. But she's going to do it I think if she's in the same tribe as Cirie, she's going to utilize Cirie's back to be able to step on to move up.
Yeah. Ollie, how are we feeling about Chrissy?
I'm excited for Chrissy. She was someone that was in the same boat as people like Sean Rector, Natalie Bolton. Like when it came to casting this season, had they not included Chrissy, it would have this is one of the casting decisions I think they got right, because she is someone that the fans have been wanting to see come back for ages. So I am happy with it. I am content. She was someone that was on my little pick. I posted on X last night, 12 people that I'd want, 12 men, 12 women that I'd love to see come back. She was on that cast, so I'm happy that she is there. Yes, Brace?
Was I on that? I bet I've been on that.
Oh, and moving on.
I was 19. I was 19. I'm sorry, 13.
Well, we're gonna rope these next three people in together. Let me see what the chat said. They voted 81% are excited to see Chrissy come back. So they are definitely excited to see her mother once again on the game. We are getting three people from David versus Goliath. So first off, this is one of the biggest shocks. I would have never in a million years thought Mike White would go back out and play. Mike White is returning. Last played in 2018. He's now 54. Angelina Keeley is coming back. Natalie, she better wear a jacket. Last played in 2018.
I wanted to have a big parka.
And her current age is 35. And then Christian Hubicki returns, the modern day Stephen Fishback, one-time player, last played 2018, now at the age of 39. So we've got three people here. I'm going to go to Bruce first. Bruce, who do you want to talk about from David versus Goliath between Mike, Angelina, Christian? You can touch base on all three, but who really stands out to you in returning? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Good. You didn't hear what I just said. Perfect. Angelina sticks out to me. The most. All right. In regards to wanting to see her play again, because she was like, and I know we're live, but I'm going to say it anyway. She was boss bitch. She really was. I appreciated that. And it's no disrespect in regards to the comment. That means a lot to me because my mother was one. Okay. But just to be out there and look and potentially, because I know her line of business as well. You have to be you have to be an alpha in the line of business that she's in. And she handled herself very well. I want to see that again. As polarizing as it could have been, I still want to see her play again. Now, let's go to Mike White. I have a note here that they spoke about Mike White in White Lotus on CBS about, I'd say, 45 seconds to 60 seconds. About, it's interesting that Mike White's on with all this White Lotus fame. And he's like, well, Jeff was like kind of spinning it a little bit. But I said to my wife last night, I said, if Mike White, because I saw the rumored cast, I said, if Mike White is on there, that is a brilliant casting thing to do, because you have so many people that are like, okay, Mike White, he was on Survivor. Okay, whatever. I'm loving his show. Now you have all those potential crossover fans that are going to be sitting here watching the show to say, okay, now here's your bump in the ratings. Okay, so much appreciated that. And I'm sorry, who was the third person again?
Christian Ubicki.
Who?
Oh, whoa, Christian, Mr. Hey, Jeff, can we talk, Jeff? Like, oh, you got to give Christian his flowers, Bruce. What are you talking about? Shut it down.
I agree with Bruce.
Well, you guys are going to be shocked at this. The poll that I posted on YouTube, it says, who are you most excited to see from David versus Goliath? 52% of people are saying Christian. 37% are saying Angelina, and 14% are saying Mike White. Ollie, I will say this too on the Mike White thing. This is hilarious. Thank you, Mitch, for saying this, because I was going to say this anyways. Mike White is going to be very popular because people are going to want to secure a White Lotus cameo.
Yeah.
I would want to. Ollie, who stands out to you, and why is Christian getting all this hate?
I personally was not a fan of Christian. That is just my personal opinion. I understand production-wise why they wanted him back. I said this earlier. He fits their favorite archetype, one of their favorite archetypes. So I understand why he was picked. I'm excited for Angelina. That is my girl. She can do no wrong in my eyes. She could get voted out first, and I would sit there and be like, she was robbed. She could have done everything wrong, and I'd still say she's right.
Ollie's first draft pick. I can see it now.
Literally, if I get on the 50 draft and I'm not able to get Angelina, she will be the person I will just rinse whoever gets her, and it's not me. I love me Angela. Just entertainment value. What is wrong? Nothing, Megan. Nothing is wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine. I just love Angelina. I think she's going to be a hoot. I mean, we have some iconic moments from her. Yeah.
I'll just add in on Mike White. I just saw this comment from Megan. Mike will do better than we think. People will want to align with him. Him being famous will make him seem like a lesser threat to win, and the other players will all want that White Lotus cameo. Yes, I am definitely down for players just aligning with him to get on White Lotus. I love this message as well. Remember to hit that subscribe button for our Pride in the Tribe to celebrate Pride Month. Yes, as well. That's coming up in June. We'll talk at the end of the show about what we got coming up for you guys. Let's keep things moving. We're trying to get through this entire cast. Rick Devens played on Edge of Extinction, returns to play for a second time. Last played 2019. He's 41 now. Gentlemen, I don't know how much there is to say about Rick Devens. We all knew he was coming back to play. This was a lock. The moment they announced season 50, I said, well, Devens is going to be back. I know a lot of people, Devens has his fans, and then Devens has the people who don't like Rick Devens. This was a no-brainer casting choice. I do think he's a winner pick. I think he could easily go out there and win this game. Whether you like it or not, he's one of my winner picks. Bruce, which side are you on? Are you a Devens fan, or is this a player you don't personally need to see play again?
No, I'd like to see him play again. I'd like to see him play again because he had fun when he was out there. I like guys that are just going to go out there. They're going to have fun. They're going to try and win $1 million and, call it a day. From what I've seen and heard is that, his experience was an experience that he enjoyed. He enjoyed the game. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that this one-time player to come back, who he filled his cup pretty well when he was out there, but now he wants it to overflow. So he's got to get out there and he's got to play this game and show that he has a little bit more in the tank than what he left out there.
Ollie, you're typing away something, but how do you feel about? Do you want to speak on Devins?
No. I am going to say this now. I don't like Devins. I will just keep it at that. I just don't agree with him.
Let's see. Megan adds in, happy for Devins to come back, but I fear the response if he does well. Some people might say it's production favoritism. Mitch adds in, Devins learned from his mistakes on Edge of Extinction. He's a good narrator, and he will be entertaining whether you like him or not. I kind of feel the same way. Yeah, Bruce, you have something to add in?
I want to touch base on that production favoritism. Meaning what? The outcome's the outcome. Like
I agree with that.
They can't. To remind everyone, they can't alter the game. They can't.
No,
it is literally against the law.
From someone that played the game, like production, the only thing that they ever said to us in production is, "Don't eat that. You're going to kill yourself." Like that's
why do I feel like if I go on Survivor, I'm going to kill myself? I'm going to eat something that I shouldn't be eating, and they're going to be like Randy.
Yeah, that was it. Production has no deal whatsoever with what's going on. Editing, like that part of it, like they put the story in. That's all. But as far as how we talk to each other, how we act, where we poop, where we pee, like all that other stuff, production had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Zans adds in, Devins has his fans, aka Jeff. Brian adds in, this is interesting. Rachel is the only current On Fire podcast co-host, not on Survivor 50. Let's see what else the fans are saying. Noah adds in, don't forget he was a challenge beast. He won 4 necklaces, same as Joe. And then Dan says he is a mini me. By the way, Jeff talks, I think. Jim and I adds in, Randy will eat the scorpion.
Do you know who I would have loved to have seen from Edge of Extinction over Rick? And this is probably a hot take, but I don't care. No. Victoria Bamond.
Yeah, I know you.
Victoria Bamond, like, because we remember her and Rick had their little rivalry, and he was the reason. He said that she was such a big jury threat. So I would have loved to have seen that. Or Ron Clark. Ron Clark was on my list for Edge of Extinction. Sorry.
Yeah, Ron Clark would have been really cool as well. Moving on to the new era, season 42. Jonathan is back. Last played in 2022. Current age 32. I know Ollie's not a fan, so I'm going to go to Bruce because Bruce is a fan of this. They got their challenge beast. That's why you bring Jonathan back. You bring him back to go out there. He carried a team. Do you guys remember that insane challenge when the waves were so bad?
That was good.
They had to stop the challenge. They had to bring everybody in, and they just did the second half of the challenge. Well, I remind you, Jonathan's tribe was the only tribe to make it out of the water because he was literally carrying people out of the water. He is a beast. I am looking forward to a Jonathan versus Ozzy challenge. I wish they did the physical challenges of the past where it's like, you have a pillow and it's like shove the person, like sumo, shove them off into the sand or into the water, because I would be looking forward to that more. But Jonathan can go out there. He can be another challenge beast. And let's not act like Jonathan doesn't have any social game. He does have a little social game to him as well. So it's going to be interesting to watch him play. Bruce, I know you're excited.
Have we not seen anything in regards to what he posts outside of Survivor? People, please, if you haven't, take your opinion, put it in a jar, close it, then go look at the stuff in regards to Jonathan. He has done a shit ton of stuff. And to do those things, you have to be social. You have to be able to talk to people. He has that part of his game. He has a charisma. Like, look at the picture. Like, look at the smile that he's got on his face. Okay, that's a dude that's like, oh man, what's up? How you doing? I was supposed to be on season 41 with him. Okay, I remember being in the hotel and being downstairs and looking at his big, massive frame and be like, holy crap, do I need to align with him? And that was one of the things that I said, because Jeremy Collins was someone that I love him as his game. And I said, I need to meet Shield, but I was like, I need to align with him. Plus, he's going to be a good dude to talk to. So is it my bias? Yeah, it's going to be my bias. But anyway, he's going to be able to go out there. He's going to beast it out. He's going to be able to find someone to be able to align himself with. He's going to do much better in this season than he did last season.
Ollie, come on. Find the positivity. Bruce just...
No, Yeah, and I agree. I think if you see what he's done on social media and outside of the game, you can see how social he is, how amazing of a person he is. I would recommend everyone to go see his social media and what he does, because he does good in the world. Just for how I enjoy Survivor, I don't align with Jonathan, and that is okay. I'm not saying that I understand why he was picked. I get the hype. I'm just not on that boat, and that's okay.
I can't wait to see your rivalry that you have with Jonathan, the same way that you had a rivalry with David.
I always have a rivalry of each season. It seems to be with a male, so go off.
Let's see what the fans are saying in the chat. You guys have. I love all the fan interaction we're getting. Thank you guys for being here right now. We're at 2,400 viewers, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Jack adds in, hey, I'm all right on Jonathan. Think he does about the same and gets out around pre-merge. Yeah. Brian adds in, Jonathan makes sense. They were always going to bring a challenge beast, and he's the glaring neon sign for that. Let's see. How old is Ozzy? We said that earlier. I think he's 41. 41 is what I was thinking. Top Scotty Gaming. Yes, Jonathan should come back. He got 4th place in a challenge beast. Plus, Jonathan and Ozzy out there. The challenges are going to be a crazy matchup. I don't know if Ozzy has it anymore. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get to – this is going to be fun. Let's get to Bruce's season. Season 45. There's 2 people to talk about. We're going to loop them together here. Out of left field, returning. She has told me on multiple occasions – fat chance she ever goes back out on the island. She has no interest. She never wants to go back out and do it again. Emily Flippin, everybody, is coming back to play again. She played in 2023. She's now 30 years old. And then the winner, the first winner we're going to talk about, the sole survivor, D, returns. She's now 28, won season 45. She's going back out there to do what only a few number of castaways have done, and that's win twice. We know it's so hard to do. Can she go back out and win back-to-back? Ollie, going to you first, because I know Bruce is going to have a lot to say about these 2 lovely ladies. What are your reactions to Emily and D? Who stands out to you?
Yeah, I'm excited to see the 45 representation. I'm going to admit I am more excited to see Emily, just because I think in terms of a character, in terms of how she's going to do, I would love to, I think Emily had such a growth on 45 that I would love to see us see that growth on the returning season. She's been someone that the fans have wanted, so I'm happy to see that Emily has gone, do you know what? I'm going to do it again. So yeah, I'm excited to see Emily. D, I'm also excited to see. I am just unsure. I do think she was a production favorite, so that's why she's been picked. She is also a fan favorite. I'm not discrediting that. I am more on the Emily hype train.
Let's see. People in the chat are saying right now, Mitch said she analyzed the finances they were offering and decided to come back. Amy adds in, Randy, do you think there's any chance players are lying when they tell? Yes and no. I don't think Emily was lying. At that moment. The last time I spoke with Emily is after her season. I spoke with her at the finale in Los Angeles, and she was very much so. Like, opinions can change, but even Bruce, you say you talked to Emily earlier, and she didn't seem like she had any interest in going back.
No, it's funny because it wasn't that long ago. She had a great poker face, and she caught me one other time with her poker face, but we'll talk about that another time. But she was very adamant, like, no, I'm not going back. She's newly married, and they have the house and all that other stuff, and just those type of things at the very beginning, like, but her experience wasn't a bad experience in the game. It really wasn't. Like, she had a good, from my point of view. I think she had a good experience via the game. It's just that it wasn't going to align with what she had going on when she kept saying no. I'm going to tell you, they probably dropped some good cash in her pocket to say, come on back, because how many people can you remember that literally at the beginning of the season, everybody's like, who in the hell is this chick? Like, who is she? Like, And then all of a sudden, towards the middle of the season, like, oh, not even the middle, like the first couple of weeks.
Threw
Like,
shade at you immediately for being a returning player.
that's what's up. So now I hope somebody rips her a new ass when it comes time to doing that. But you know what? Someone's gonna say it. Hopefully, someone says it, and they say something about Emily coming back. But it's just in fun because they've played this game before. I remember very vividly being told that production loves when people come back and play a second time because they're so at ease. They just want to go out there. They want to play the game. They want to have a good time. And they know they are now fully embraced it. It's a zero-sum game. So Emily going back it warms my heart. It really does, because she is an amazing human being. But it's also one of those things like, you know, her arc went from hated, loved, and then stayed on a plane of being loved again. Like she just stayed on that loved plane, and it just thank you, Ollie. It's going up. So we're gonna see a little bit more of Emily, I think, and we're gonna love who she's gonna be. And also the other thing too, at the end, like before she going out, when Caleb was saying stuff to her, actually before Caleb went out, she was like, "I know," like she gets it. She got what she was doing wrong before. She had Caleb there, and then he stepped a little bit more much, and she's just like, "I got it." Type thing, you know. As far as for D coming back, love the idea that D is coming back. I will say this: whoever's listening, all 2,400, hopefully still there. I tried to get D out. I wanted to get out. I had a way to get to her. Emily, she squandered that, but I saw how dangerous she was. So she has the ability to be dangerous in this game again. The only thing that she's not going to have is she's not going to have an Austin. You know, so that's a little different. But I think she has, aside from and I want to say this the right way so I don't piss anybody off, but aside from the relationship that she had with Austin, she'll be able to have a relationship with someone on the let's work together type thing. And she'll use her charisma to do that. And, you know, they'll watch her social media. This woman will talk to anyone. She's out there. She's doing her thing. So
her and her big toes are back out on the island.
Big toes is ready to grip.
I do want to add this as well. First off, Isabel, thank you so much.
Thank you, Isabel.
For a super chat. So you send a super chat. We are definitely going to talk about it. Tiff and Q, 46 is great. Yanu part 2. So happy for Tiff. And yet, I think that's Isabel's way of saying, all right, we get 45. Let's move on to 46 now and talk. I think, and we'll take you up. You sent a super chat, so we'll keep things moving here. I am excited for D. End of the day, I think D is someone who could go out and shock a lot of people. A lot of people say, oh, she won't have Reba 4. She's going to struggle. I don't think so. I think she'll go out and she'll do just fine. All right, we're getting 3 people from season 46 of Survivor. I'll start with Charlie. Now, a lot of people feel like Charlie should have won Survivor 46 if there wasn't some pettiness going on. Ollie obviously does not feel that way. He came second, very close to winning, is coming back. Last played in 2024. He's 27 years old. And then you have the Yanu 2 that Isabel was talking about. First off, Q, the inventor of the Q skirt. That's at least what he's known for. Last played in 2024 on Survivor 46. He's 31 now. And Tiffany returns. She's 34, also played on Survivor 46. I'm so excited to see Tiffany. I'm so excited. This is where, like, I know these people. I've met Q. I've met Tiffany. I've talked to Charlie. These are just good people. And I know the average fan are like, why are we getting all these new era players back? I just look at it. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for these people because they're just amazing, fun people. And you expect Q. You expect Charlie. Tiffany was a little surprised, and I was so happy to see that she's going back out. And out of the 3 of them, that's who sticks out to me. Bruce, who do you want to talk about from 46?
I'll talk about everybody. First off, Q, never met you. Your game, from what they showed and what I'm going off of, I could do without. Sorry. And having things thrown out there that were confirmed, wanting to quit, this, that, and the other. If you do poorly, don't vote me out. I don't. It wasn't a game. It wasn't a game that was just trying to get, people to be like, oh, well, let's throw it off the scent. No, he said vote me out because he wanted to get out because he was not performing in the D1 level. Like, stop being a crybaby. Show-wise, probably a very nice guy. From what I've seen, very nice guy. And the Q skirt was stupid. But anyway. Then you got Tiffany. Tiffany, yes. I want to see you back because I loved her energy. I love what she brought to the game. I love that she made people think. She questioned people. When she was in Q's face, like, we ain't gonna do that. Nope. That shows you right there. Like, she's gonna do what needs to be done to be able to focus her shit together so we can come to a common goal. Okay, so that's why she's there. Charlie. Love you, dude. I've talked to him many times. Just a great player. In regards to the game, do I think he got screwed? No, I don't think anybody gets screwed. It happens for a reason. It's a zero-sum game. Everybody listening, you go into it thinking that you're going to lose this game, and when you do lose this game, you're going to be pissy, but it's okay. You just lost your chance to win $1 million. That's it. Don't think any more into it. There's no production. There's no them screwing each other. The only person that really got screwed was Maria. You think about Maria got screwed because of
the challenge, they were working together. Yeah,
that's right. That's the only person in the new era that actually got screwed. So, Charlie, I'm looking forward to seeing you play this game because do I think he's going to make top 3? I think he's going to make top 6. But I'm looking forward to seeing him on my television again. But of all these 3, Tiffany, thank you. Let's go.
All right, let's see what the fans are saying before we go to Ollie. Zan says D and Devins are going to have like 90% of the confessionals. Top Scotty says yes, the Q skirt. Zan says Q skirt. Jay says, I think Charlie should have won, but I'm also not denying that Kinsey deserves her win. Top Scotty is back. I'm glad Tiffany coming back. She was robbed. Let's see. Jay wanted Hunter. Hunter will have his chance on second chances too. Eric was talking about the vote we post on YouTube. That's a hard vote. I'm excited to see all 3. Who are you most excited to see? Mitch says Tiffany has no tolerance for BS. And then Catherine says separate tribes. Otherwise, poor Tiff to be stuck with Q again. How are you feeling, Ollie, at the end of the day when it comes to these 3?
I mean, also, just Kara's in the chat. Thank you very much. Q will bring the chaos.
Kara!
Hi, Kara.
I don't know why I said Kara. You said Kara. It's Kara.
Kara. English.
Kara. I said it right. What's up, kid?
English. British. Different thing.
No, that's what. No, I'm not. That wasn't shade at you. That was me following. I know that's how you say Kara, and I don't know why, but I instantly was like, oh, Kara. And I was like, wait a second.
Anyways,
I just
thank you for the shade, Randy. No, I am excited to see Tiffany. Like, that was my girl on my draft. She was my pick, like my second pick, and I was there for her. So I'm on the Tiffany hype train. Like, again, she's probably going to be someone I'd love to draft. Q. Now, if anyone remembers our 46 coverage, when it comes to a male that I was not rooting for, it was Q. Me and Q, I agree with Bruce. I did not see eye to eye in some of the gameplay. I am intrigued to know which holiday he's going to try and cancel because he did Christmas in 46. So maybe it's Hanukkah for 50. You know, Kwanzaa. Easter. We'll wait and see. Charlie, I've always been on the fence about Charlie. Again, I understand the casting choice, archetype, production love him, Jeff loved him. They probably agree with some of the fans that he was robbed. I don't. But I'm in agreement with Bruce. I'm so excited to see Tiffany come back. Like, that's my girl. That's my girl. That's who I'm rooting for. I would love to see her beat her placement, especially in this particular season, and kind of do like a Kelly Wentworth in the sense of like she shows up and she is like a queen. So that's what I'm hoping for.
I love Kara's message here. Will Angelina try and take his Q skirt?
Yes.
That is amazing. All right, let's move on to one of the people.
Q, can I have your skirt?
Can I have your skirt? Returning from season 47. She last played in 2024, now 33 years old. Genevieve is back, guys. I am so excited. Genevieve was my winner pick in 47. She absolutely killed it. We all remember that confessional that she had about Kashawn when it looked like Kashawn was playing an incredible game, and it was production killed it. That little scene of her like thinking. Obviously, she was part of Operation Italy, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It was her, Rachel, and Sam, if I remember the group that did it. I don't know. I could go on for days about Genevieve. I absolutely love Genevieve. I was devastated. I was going to meet her at a watch party in Milwaukee last year, and I got super, super sick and could not go. And I was devastated because I am a huge Genevieve stan.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see her back. She is, out of the entire cast, she's probably going to be the person I root on the most. Ollie, how excited are you for Genevieve?
I'm so excited for Genevieve. I know there was like talk with Genevieve during the casting process that she was on and then she was dropped and then she came back and then she was dropped and then she came back. It was my bad. There was a lot going on with Genevieve. I'm really happy that Genevieve is back. I think she definitely was, when it came to 47, she was the person in my eyes that should be on this season because I think she really did showcase a lot. She did get my boy Kashawn out, and it's fine. I'm still reeling over that. It's fine. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how she will do on this cast. I hope that she doesn't become like a background player. I do hope we see her. So I am excited for Genevieve.
By the way, I totally forgot to share the results of the poll we had about who you're most excited to see from 46. 27% of people said Tiffany. 36% of people said Charlie and Q. So you guys are on the wrong side. We are so excited for Tiffany. Bruce, a lot of people in the chat are going crazy and saying Genevieve is going to come back and kill this game. I saw someone say winner pick right there. What are your expectations for Genevieve coming back?
My expectations for Genevieve are they're fair to Midland. Okay. So she's going to make the merge and an early boot from the merge. And the reason being is because she's going to take a – sorry, bro. She's going to take a different tact. Because remember how she started off at the beginning of her season, like, these are just pawns in my game. And then she was like, came to a realization, as everyone does that plays this game, you come to a realization of something social in this game. And she found it. And now she kicked herself in the backside because it didn't help her at the beginning of the game to get her through. So now she's going to take that last thought that she had, the last way that she played, and she's going to use it. And then the killers in the game are going to be like, I got you. I see what you're doing. You're going to hold on to her and then cut her when they use her for what they need to. So, but she is a very talented person. She's very smart. She's an attorney, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So she knows what she's doing, but there are other people that maybe should have been attorneys that decided to do something else in their life because they have the ability to manipulate and talk to people and get information out of them. So
I absolutely, yeah. And Genevieve is a White Lotus lock. I could not agree more. All right, we're going to kind of speed this up, rapid fire for the last 5-ish minutes here. Ollie, I totally forgot we got a meeting after this. they're messaging me right now. We have a Survivor Now meeting. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. We're not going to talk too much on the 2 people from season 49. You can find their names. Go to InsideSurvivor.com. He's posted the names if you want to see them. I'm not going to talk about them because that would spoil it for some people because then they're going to do really well on 49. So I'm not going to say it, but if you want to see who they are, go to Inside Survivor. Martin Holmes always says great with that. But yes, let's go ahead really fast and talk about these 3 people from the season we just watched. Kyle returning to play again, just one. That is the last thing these people are going to see in terms of Survivor before going out and playing. As Bruce stated, they're about to go out right now to Fiji. They just saw Kyle win. So I don't see Kyle doing well as much as, by the way, I will say I finally got a winner pick right. I've only had 2 winner picks right. I've only picked right twice. Wendell was my winner pick for Ghost Island before the podcast was even thought of. And Kyle was my winner pick last year, and I got that right. Joe returns, this time without Eva. to play again. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays. And if he plays more free, because we saw him say, I'm willing to sink my game for Eva. And then finally, you have Camilla. Obviously made it deep into the game, lost at Fire, a fan favorite. We got to do our closing stuff. So I'm so sorry to be rushing everyone, but we took so much time to get to this point. Ollie, one person who sticks out from 48 who you want to comment on.
Camilla. That's my girl. That's who I'm rooting for. Again, she just won me the draft. Sorry, Bruce. Yeah, she's who I'm excited for. I can't wait to see how she does. This is going to sound shady. I hope Kyle goes early so that we can see Camilla play her game. Yes, and I hope that they don't start in the same tribe again to see Camilla do her own thing. I think in this season, Camilla is going to distance herself from Kyle, and we're going to see the game that she wanted to play more of in 48. We're going to see it in 50.
Bruce, who stands out to you from this season? And I'll take whoever you don't say.
I think that Camilla does stand up for me as well. And the reason why is because there was a question that was asked at the after the show. If Camilla was in, who would have voted for her? And all their hands went up. So, she obviously did something right that we didn't see. So now it's going to be interesting to see what it is that she could bring without being tied into Kyle. Who's going to be the person she's going to tie into? Or I'm sorry, is going to tie into her, because the people that are out there, they would have seen her gameplay and want to work with her. She's someone that you want to be able to work with, because if there's one thing what I'd like to see is Jonathan and her get together, because the strength with the brains like that, come on, that's insane. But we'll see. I think that she stands out the most to me, and Kyle, go get that other million if you need to.
It's going to be very hard for Kyle to win, but at the same time, I will touch base on Joe. I think Joe and Eva weren't as popular this past season as I thought they were, because every time I went to a live event, people were crazy for Kyle and Camilla, did not enjoy Joe and Eva. And I think it'll be interesting. A lot of people say Joe wasn't playing the game. And I think that could be coming from him saying at one point, I will tank my game for Eva. I want to see how Joe plays now with the free game. Not saying Eva was bringing him down. Joe's his own man. He didn't have to do that. And that's admirable for him to do. So don't say, he's free now because he doesn't have to, babysit Eva or anything. I don't know if you guys have seen Eva. She is on the men's hockey team. She doesn't need babysat, right? They played the game. They worked together. They were in an alliance. That's how the game played out. But I'm interested more so to see, not to see Camilla play without Kyle or Kyle play without Camilla if they get voted out, but to see how Joe plays now that, he's got this wide open game. So that's going to do it for us for the Survivor 50 reaction. First off, we got up at one point to 2,500 people. Right now, there's 2,400 right now in the chat. If you are watching on X, head on over to our YouTube and subscribe to us if you enjoyed this content. We've got so much good stuff coming out for you. Ollie, you've got something coming up this weekend. June 1st, it begins on Sunday. That is Pride Month. We are having a special 8-part series, Survivor Now, the Pride has spoken.
Pride in the Tribe.
Pride in the Tribe. God damn it. I messed up. Oh my God.
Yes.
I messed up. I was
He's
trying to
human, Ollie. He's human.
I was going to say, it's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
no, because we were talking, I will say to defend myself, we were talking about names, and that was one of the names. And so tell them about what you got going on over on that show, Ollie.
Yes. So to celebrate Pride Month, I am doing Pride in the Tribe, where we talk some of the greatest Survivor LGBTQ plus moments of the show with some special guests. And we talk about what Pride means to them and why we need Pride more than ever. So check it out. We've got some great guests. I don't know if you can go onto our YouTube and see the first 2 interviews that we've got coming up.
You can say it. You can say it if you want to.
We have got the amazing Amy Cusack from Vanuatu and Micronesia, and also Josh Wilder from Survivor 44. But we've got some other great guests lined up, so check it out.
That will be Sunday and Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So 2 episodes a week, leading you up to the premiere of Survivor Australia versus the World, which is coming up June 22nd. Supposedly, they could have pushed it back. We've got a lot more content for you guys, so check out our Patreon. Again, like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys being here. Oh my gosh, check us out on SurvivorNowPodcast.com. That's literally my body going, Randy, end it, wrap it up.
No, it's your body telling you to tell them to share it as well. Share it.
Yeah,
Don't forget to
Bruce keeps
share.
telling me, make sure to share. And also something new we're doing this year, special thanks to our Patreon members. If you are a paid member on Patreon, look, you guys are going to laugh. You're going to say there's 2 people. We actually have like 30 members, but they're all free members. So go check out our Patreon. You'll get a special shout out at the end of these streams as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it. And make sure to follow us, Survivor Now Podcast, on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, all of that, to see what we got coming up next. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here.